Hi guys, this is Skittflash here, and welcome to the aftergame of Mega Man Battle Network 5. I have been absolutely horrible about uploading these things. My capture card was broken, so I've kind of been dispirited from uploading, but that doesn't stop me at all from recording Mega Man Battle Network 5, so there should be no reason for that. Anyways, we're going to use an unlocker chip to unlock that chip and get a Mudwave D. And because of that one chip, we now have 100 standard chips, which is a prerequisite for starting up what we want to do. But before we do that, I know you can't really tell, but I'm going through all the chips I have. You'll notice I have a lot of, one chips. I have, all the viruses will drop their, signature chip. And I want to make sure I have every single virus chip before I proceed on with what I'm trying to be doing. And I don't actually have all the virus chips. I'm missing 2. And they were mostly the later game chips. For example, I think one of them I'm missing is actually the Apple Dude. So I'm gonna jack into Factory Computer 3 and look for Apple Dude, and there's Apple Dude. So now we just have to kill Apple Dude and get his chip because we're missing that. Again, the most likely ones you'd be missing are the ones you don't see too frequently, or the ones you see later game, and therefore don't really get a good chip score because it kind of wrecks me. But yeah, I just need it. But again, if you're really good about this, then it shouldn't be too much of a big deal, because and unless you fuck up and Dark Mega Man uses goddamn Delta Ray on you. This bastard just hit me with a Giga Chip. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm definitely not gonna get a good score here. Can I also? Oh yeah. Oh no, I guess that's for something else. But yeah, again, I'm missing the apple because this is the only place you see the apple. Might I also add that it's absolutely bullshit that break chips, their whole deal is to break through defenses, but somehow the defense of an apple is superior to any kind of break chip or drill. That's kind of ridiculous. So obviously I did really shitty on that fight. So I'm actually going to equip the Navi Customizer program Collect, which makes it so that no matter how shitty you do, you always get a chip. I mean, just because you always get a chip doesn't necessarily mean you'll get the apple chip I want, because sometimes you'll get Asteroid. As a little aside, did you know that Asteroid, the Asteroid virus is a wizard? I did not know that. If you look at it right now, I thought that staff he's holding was its big eye, and the flame on his head, and then I thought its cloak was a mouth. If you look at it more carefully, I hope I'm not just talking crazy, because I do think it looks like that. Anyways, we finally get the apple chip. Keep in mind, we're only 2 minutes into the recording, but this took 12 minutes. It was quite painful. And now the other chip we're missing is an Undernet 3, and luckily the chip we're missing is actually the chip of these draggies, the seahorse fire people, which is actually much more simple to get because they're much more common than the whatever chip I was looking for previously, those apple peoples. So that's nice. Again, I feel good. We're only missing 2 chips. It's better than missing a ton from our collection, so I think we did pretty well. So now we got Hot Body 1. So now we have, as you can see, 102 unique chips because we got those 2 unique chips, so we did in fact not have those before. So now if you talk to this guy in Undernet Area 2, the best way to do here is going through the secret base and then into the server comp place. So he'll open the door to Mercland. Viruses will be infected with dark power or some random shit. I don't know why this Golden Mister program has the ability to open the portal to the Nether, but he does. To do this, you need to have beaten the game and got the Proto Man or Colonel mark, and you also need 100 standard chips. So that's why we did this. So anywho's, when he does open the chip to the fucking Mercland hell, you might notice that every single virus in this game gets an upgrade, or a palette swap if you want to be specific here. So yes, every single enemy was palette swapped. They're all stronger now. As you can see, these bastards both had 120 HP, so that's nothing to sneeze at. Our firepower is looking pretty shit as of right now. We don't really have we have good chips, but might not necessarily be able to combat these new viruses. But luckily, every single virus also drops a level 2 chip now. As you can know, they were dropping level 1 chips, but now they drop level 2 chips. If for some reason you didn't get all the level 1 chips like I suggested, you can just talk to that guy. He'll close the portal, and then you can actually get those chips. But we have all the chips, so now we can actually start hunting for level 2 chips and upgrading our folder. We will be doing that later though. because even though, to be perfectly honest, the best opportunity would be to do this now, let's just go into the dark hole. You know, I'm curious. I'm so curious. If you haven't noticed yet, this is post-commentary. And if you haven't noticed yet, this is another liberation mission. Should be fun. I wasn't sure whether or not I wanted to actually like speed up this liberation mission, but I decided against it. I mean, I figured the future liberation missions I'll try to keep a live commentary, and therefore won't be able to speed those up. But I think this one, I'm just, screw it. I need to artificially inflate this Let's Play so I have things to upload, right? Yeah, 2 is enough if we fight hard enough. It'd just take a shit ton of turns. And some of the team popped in, I guess. He put in an emergency call and only 3 revived. What the hell do Gyro Man and Medi have on their schedules? Are they just super busy with things and stuff or something? But yeah, time for liberation mission number 12. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, this kind of wrecked me. I also moved around my off screen. I moved around my Navi customizer program thing just a tad. So now it's something. What am I trying to say? I love how he rotates around your body. Your body counts as an object or something. That's weird. But what was I saying? Yeah, I messed around with the thing. So now he doesn't have collect, and he has, like, you know, the custom +2 and the things he normally had. But yeah, okay, so as you can see, we're also fighting tier 2 viruses in this liberation mission, and to be perfectly honest, things can get a tad difficult. It can be this can be a bit of a challenge. The first time I had to record this twice, to be perfectly honest. The first time I recorded it, it took an hour because I was just dying left and right. This time it only took 30 minutes. So, I mean, that's still a long time, so prepare to be sitting watching liberation missions for, you know, for hours upon, half an hour upon a time. But I think it will be fine. I mean, again, I could speed this up. I mean, I should speed this up, because if I'm not, like, actually actively playing it, I'm just watching myself play, and it'll be like, what was going through my head when I was playing this game? I do know what was going through my head here. We're taking on this night guy with Proto Man. As a bit of a suggestion, this is actually kind of, in most cases, is a very bad idea. You don't want to actually fight you want to kind of avoid fighting these guys with Proto Man as much as possible, because usually they chill in the back row, and unless you have an area grab or something, Proto Man can't really touch him. What's even worse is their attack actually breaks through Proto Man's shield, so he can't even use the counter ability that Proto Man has in order to hit him. You're just taking damage. That's the I mean, you're just not hitting him. That's just the long and short of it. Which is why I'm actually fighting this. Which is specifically why I'm actually fighting this guy with Proto Man right now, because my options were either Proto Man or Mega Man, because I want to use Search Man for something. And if I fought that night with Mega Man, then I would have had to do the black hole with Proto Man, and that would be, like, you know, the night again along with other viruses, which is even worse. So yeah, strats, I guess. I guess in all honesty, I could have used Proto Man the first turn and then used Magnet Man to take on these guys, but whatever. I hate how that guy moved at the very last second and screwed me over, the bastard. At least I, you know, get this one in. So yeah, you want to actually, again, there's actually a lot of knights in this round, and you want to kill them as quickly as possible, because most of the time I'll be like, because of most of my strategies, a lot of this stuff, a lot of the liberation challenges I'll be doing will entail me being in a disadvantage like this, and if he breaks your space, you just have nowhere to space. There is no space when he breaks all the space, and you're going to be having a horribly, horribly bad time, so you want to kill those guys as quickly as possible. And this liberation mission is a bit of a wake-up call too, because honestly, again, I mean, the liberation missions are insanely easy to do within the target requirement if you just, like, you know, get good and just use basic strategies. But even so, like, you might be prone to dying a lot in this liberation missions just because the viruses are pretty tough, so watch out for that. And I don't like ice panels. Ice panels aren't cool either. I mean, what I should be doing is actually going out and hunting all these viruses to get those level 2 chips, and then once I have those level 2 chips, I should be, like, you know, I would have more firepower to combat these stronger viruses. But as of now, I am just, like, you know, using the chips I have, and I think they get the job done. 70 damage and M-coded, it's not too bad. I like the Mark Cannons. I did equip slow gauge, so if ever slow gauge pops into the mix, I will be set for a turn, which is lovely. It's necessary. And color points, which was absolutely unnecessary because he would have died with a normal wide shot, but you know, it's nice to have color points anyways. I should have equipped like Super Vulcan in here, so like, well, I do have Super Vulcan, but like Vulcan 3, so I can have a normal chip and I can get the boons from that. And yeah, if you didn't notice before, my strategy there was an insanely long line of item panels. So Searchman's item like search thing absolutely just tore out a ton of space. You don't have many. There's no Medi in Gyroman, so you can't use like the Medi Gyroman tag team to totally wreck house. But you know, we can still get by with everything we have. Napalm Man's awesome, and Searchman in that case was able to take out a ton of stuff. As for order points, typically order points are always kind of a big deal. For the first few turns in our situation, order points were kind of bad, but they're not. Later we won't need them as much. This is like, no, we'll need order points a bit more, but like we'll only need like 3 more order points. But we will be going out of our way just to get them. Is a big deal. I mean, like, again, we do have all the turns in the world to do this, so that's a better idea. Honestly, like, if you feel like this is a strategy, but like if you feel like you're not gonna like do these, if you feel like you're not gonna do well, like just pass a turn. It's better, like, you'll actually save more time than like passing a turn and getting your health back than dying and being out of commission. Another reason why this liberation mission in particular begins to wreck me a lot is because I whiff attacks like a horrible person. But besides that, these wall things, I absolutely hate these wall things. They're super easy to get a counter hit on, but like you can't hit them unless you get a counter hit, and it's just not fun. None of it is fun. Well, as you can see, my chip deck is M-coded primarily, and that gives me anti-damage M. I'm pretty sure if I did more side quests, I'd actually have anti-damage blank, which is obviously much more superior to anti-damage M, and I should probably have that in my deck, but I don't, and I could get it. Maybe off screen I'll get it or show you the ways in which you get it. Every single one of these bonus panels, I really wished I got order points instead of, you know, just killing a bird. But I don't mind. It's not too big of a deal, I suppose. And we're looking around. There's the key is in the very corner. That corner item panel has the key that we'll need. So and there's order points like on the panel below it. So we're actually going to be hunting. There's order points right there, and we're actually going to be hunting at that. And we want to, if ideally we'd well, we'd use. Planning on using Wide Sword with Proto-Man, so I can't use Proto-Man. So I'm gonna be using Searchman to start off the game. And again, Metors are actually, you know, I love Metors, finding Metors, because honestly, compared to everything else, it can kind of be horrible. Can I actually hit both? I didn't. Well, it wouldn't have mattered because I had copy damage. But I wonder if that satellite would actually hit things on my side of the thing too. That's kind of interesting. Anyways, now we're using Magnum Man again. The logic I'm going through my head is that Magnum Man is good at a disadvantage. Obviously, you know, yes, that's true. I mean, he's better than Proto-Man, much better than Proto-Man, but like, doesn't mean you always have to use Magnum Man. But it's just something nice to think about. I totally just whiffed north-south tackle, which is dumb, super dumb. Luckily, I have absolutely no fucking space left anymore. Might as well take away all my space because, lol, why not? What am I even doing? We're gonna win this one? Well, luckily because Magnum Man is electrical based, you know, his charge shot will do like double damage to these fish people. But instead, I used the chips like a dumbass. I can do this, right? I can totally do this. Can I do this? Yeah, no, I can do this. Yeah, okay, so that's one. Am I gonna do this? I don't even remember. Yeah, no, I got that. Never mind. I was worried for nothing. Pass me had that in the bag, I think. Cut it close, though. There's a lot of close calls here that I missed that I either like miss by just like a fraction of a second or get by just a fraction of a second, so it's kind of funny. So now we're actually going to liberate that panel. Ideally I'd want a one-turn liberation so I'd have access to that bonus panel, so I'm gonna go try all out for a one-turn liberation, and I certainly have the firepower to do it. I just have to get, like, you know, I don't know what the hell I'm doing based on that. But do that, and then just hit him, shoot him twice, and then come on. And then just shoot him twice. And I miss. It, like, horribly. That's horrible. So close. 10 HP off. How bad. I probably, while I was waiting for the cactus, I probably could have just shot the fish if I wanted to economize on time like a boss. So that opens up the barrier panel too. And there's another key, but we'll be getting to that later. For now, we want to use Wide Sword to open up the way to the Dark Hole, and I think that will be the last thing I'll be doing to this part. I'll split up this liberation mission into 2 parts like I normally tend to do. I was able to talk through this, ramble, more accurately. I was able to ramble through this pretty well, like I normally do, so yay, that's nice. Oh gosh. And I'm gonna be using Larkman and doing the bossy things because, you know, I don't like those spark shakers. Those spark shakers, they aren't fun. I kind of wished I got the cactus guy on that hit, but I didn't. And I wasn't able to do this in 1 turn, but I don't think it really matters. Actually, no. If I did do this in 1 turn, then I'd be doing the liberation mission with, I think, an advantage even. Or either an advantage or normal standing. But I think that will be the last thing we'll be doing for this part. In the next part, Dark Loys were gonna fuck us up. But until then, this has been Skittflash. Hope you've enjoyed watching. Bye!